Coach, when you look at film of the other team's special teams, do you see them using the same tendencies from week to week, or do you see a lot of changes?
No, I think this is an innovative league, and I think guys switch things up by week, and they game plan just like we do, and that's just part of the challenge. And during the week, or during the game, you have to make adjustments, just like as you would in offense and defense.
Right.
It seems like we've seen a lot of improvement from the kickers in terms of both kickoffs and then PAT and field goals. Seems like it's coming around a little bit as well.
I think it's a confidence thing. I think those two guys are still, as you can see, in a heavy competition, and they're both stepping up, and they like the challenge, and they just have to keep improving every week, just like everybody does every day here in this building.
Wells kicked, I think, the last two into the end zone. Was that technique, how he hit the ball, that type of thing?
I think it's above the neck, just believing in himself and doing it.
Okay.
That's really what I think it is.
You've had the two Dylans, and they've both got an opportunity to play at tight end some this year. Kind of what are you seeing from them?
I think great development. I mean, those are two young players that are executing at a high level. The two Tylers are taking care of the two Dylans, so our process during the week on a daily basis, whether it's red zone or how to watch goal line short yardage or how to understand coverages, those guys do it really well as a group with great leadership from the two Tylers helping the two Dylans.
Does that get a little confusing in the room a little bit?
No, because 50% of the time I'm going to be right.
The fake punt, whose call was that?
The Wizard, Coach Collins. Yeah, he made that call. Yeah, that's it. He dissected it, and we do everything as a group here. But he's the guy that makes that call in situational football, right? He's the head coach, and he trusted our kids. We had a great week of practice. Those guys have executed that all week long, and we knew it was there, and we took advantage of it.
Is that something you'd run at Temple and all before?
We have all those plays. Yeah. If you go back, we have a few of those things up our sleeve, and a few more. So it's going to be an exciting time ahead.
What did you see? Like, is it just, I guess when they were in punt safe, they were.
Yeah, how the corner was playing how the corner was playing the gunner, and we knew that we have a kid that can throw the ball and locate the ball at a high level, and he can do both, right? He's got a great foot and a great arm, right? So take advantage of it. And we have a pretty fast gunner, Nate Koshel.
I imagine successfully pulling that off also helps just the punt team in general going forward, because now you have that on tape and they have to think about that every time, and maybe helps Nate or whoever's covering.
Absolutely. It's going to help from the gunner perspective and the overall protection, right? Because now they have to be cautious if they want to come after us, to know that we have enough in our arsenal to go after them.
How have the gunners been performing?
I think really well. They've been down the field, and we need to make a few more plays in space, and I think those things are coming.
Speak a little bit just to the work that Nate's done on special teams for you.
Oh, I just think his energy, his passion, his electricity, every time, even if the ball gets kicked in the end zone, he's flying down. I mean, he's just 100%, 100% of the time. That's the kind of person he is.
Have you seen Tyler Davis kind of develop? And he's had a little bit of a frustrating role probably for him in some ways, just because the passing offense has kind of been developing slowly as the season goes on.
You would never know that. I mean, all he cares about is winning. Right? I mean, if you would have seen the look on his face in that game, the tears in his eyes, and how happy he was to win a game, knowing how hard it is to win a game against a really good opponent on the road. And then our saying in our meeting room is always, hey, you got to be ready to play 5 quarters because you love to play. And I think you saw the energy of our team. When we went to overtime, we were ready to take that game. And I think that's a tribute to how hard the kids have worked and how hard the coaches have worked, and just doing everything every day as hard as you can.
How much does it help in terms of having a guy like him to help with? You guys have had some protection issues and also in run blocking as well, just to have someone like that.
Well, I think Tyler is a guy that knows scheme, right? He's a bright kid, and he can fix problems, and he can communicate at a high level. So all those things add in. But I think our line played really, really well last game, and they're growing and developing, and our quarterback is growing and developing. So it's a work in progress, and you guys see the work every day. So you guys have an insider trade, right? And you guys kind of know how hard these kids are working. The outside world is result-based. We're not just result-based, right? We're basing our results on, is my kid getting better every day? And I think globally we are, and I think at the end of the day, if we keep doing what we're doing, we're going to have a lot of success here.
Against Miami, was there more of an orientation to run? And I mean, just in terms of run pass rush. Obviously, the last couple of games were different. Just
well, I think we recognized how well JP was running and how well the line was playing, and you're going to take advantage of those things. And there were some RPO opportunities that maybe we didn't take, but we handed it off, and JP made a guy miss, and that was unbelievable. And Jemias is the same way. He did a tremendous job. And when you can enforce your will in the run game like our line did, and like the tight ends and everybody together with the running back, I mean, you need to do those things. And the passing game will come.
Do you think it helps just in terms of now you've won a game in league play. You guys are starting to show some real progression on offense. Just the kind of relaxing and playing versus maybe guys overthinking at times and pressing themselves a little bit.
Well, I think there's clarity in repetition, right? And the more reps you get and the more you own those reps and understand those reps and understand the why of a play and what the defense is trying to do to defend it, that's growth. And I think we're just growing globally on defense, on offense, and special teams. It's just one day at a time.
With the move of Tobias to receiver, does that make him a guy you can use full time with the kick return game? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. And he's still going to be he'll still be back there at quarterback some, but yeah, him playing wide out is going to allow him to return the ball. And obviously he's electric. And then Wanye is coming back. Those are two dynamic kids back there. And to be honest, Dante Smith is a really good returner. We have a fleet back there, a crew of guys that can really return the ball. We just need to get an opportunity. We've gone against some really good kickers the last couple of weeks to get one out.
Right.
With what you're saying about seeing against Miami that the run was working, is that part of maybe a broader development of the run, guys like Will and who are on the line are kind of coming along, and so there's
sure, those can't be five fingers. They have to be one fist and be on the same page. And Coach Key's doing a great job of getting those guys acclimated. And there's some moving parts with injury and guys popping in. They did a great job of communicating, dissecting the blitz and running the ball against the blitz. And then again, JP and what Coach Tashard has done with that group and the way they run and break tackles and play physically. I mean, that's just really encouraging. And again, when you can go run the ball when you want to run the ball, that's a powerful weapon to have.
There are so many, injuries and moving in and out with the offensive line. What are you telling your guys as far as what their role has to continue to be?
Well, it's all about communication, and you see how we practice, and the value of how we practice is the accumulation of reps that everyone gets. So it might be a kid on development team, as you saw today, but he's running with the twos and he's getting reps in the way we roll through on team run and team force. There's that acclimation of reps. So when a guy is injured and another guy has to go in, he has 60 reps he got on a Tuesday practice, although he wasn't the ATL possibly, right? All those things. And when we do our scout team, this is very valuable. When we do our scout team, our developmental team on offense and defense, we're running our offense or we're running our defense. So those kids are getting those reps all over the field. We're not holding cards up. They're running our plays. So they're learning football. And that's how you are able to put a guy here, plug and play guys.
You got, with Coach Collins, it seems like historically you guys have gotten better as the season goes along. Is there anything in particular you think it's just the accumulation of reps and those kinds of things, or is there anything in particular you put your finger on?
I always say this, and it's cliche, if you want to get good at ping pong, play ping pong. If you want to get good at football, play football. And our kids play a lot of football Monday through Friday, and it doesn't matter where they are at ATL or below ATL, right? They are playing a lot of football, and that growth happens by playing, not watching from the sidelines, and that's why we're really blessed to have the practice schedule we have and how we do things here, because you do develop your players.
With the kick return game, what are you looking to improve on up front with the blocking, and do you think you have the right personnel in there now?
I think we do. I think we have some, we put Cottrell at center. He did a really nice job. Obviously, Cooks is very steady. All those guys have done a nice job. We just need to have some opportunities to bring one out.
Right.
And let it shine,
Yeah.
With the punt cover, a lot of playoffs it covered really well. There were a couple that have leaked out. There was the one after the re-kick against Miami. What are some things you can do there?
Well, if you saw, we started practice with punt web. So if you watch, we did the cycle through with punt web. So we got eight fast reps. Everybody got 8 reps, and those are 4 teams going, so that's 32 reps. Punt web, we need to improve. We had some breakdowns on it. There's no question we lost shoulder leverage, but we'll improve, and we made those adjustments, and we'll be really good at that.
Anything else for Coach Wiesehan?
When you're looking at tight ends recruiting, like what kind of skill set size, what sort of things are you looking for?
Well, we want longer bodies. We want body balance guys that can play in space, but guys that still can go in line and run all our run games. So we're going to have to insert, divide zone, be on the line, and run at the point. So we're looking for guys that can generate hat speed, but can still are nimble enough and with a body balance and a catch radius that can be a viable receiver, so we don't have to switch personnels.